CNN just held a town hall with former President Trump, and I want to talk about his comments that he made regarding the Ukraine-Russia conflict.
Here's the problem. We've given so far $171 billion. They've given, meaning European Union, which is approximately the same size altogether as our economy. They've given about 20. So we're at 170, let's say, and they're at 20. You don't have to know too much about history to realize, or geography, to realize that they're a little bit more affected than we are, okay? So they've got to put up a lot more money because they're taking advantage of us like every other country did.
So we'll just pause here and say that he's absolutely correct on this front. The U.S. is spending way more on this conflict than people who are actually affected by it, people who actually have it in their backyard. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Those dollars should have been kept here in the U.S. and used for our own people. I don't know when we're going to learn our lesson on involving ourselves in conflicts that do not pertain to us, but it should have been about, 85 years ago. But there's more. The moderator kept pushing Trump and trying to make him say if he wanted Ukraine or Russia to, quote, quote, win this conflict. Let's roll this clip.
Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I don't think in terms of winning and losing. I think in terms of getting it settled so we stop killing all these people and breaking down this country. Now,
can I just follow up on that? You said you don't think in terms of winning and losing. Mr. President, can I just follow up on that because that's a really important statement that you just made there. Can you say if you want Ukraine or Russia to win this war?
I want everybody to stop dying. They're dying. Russians and Ukrainians. I want them to stop dying.
Now, I think he brilliantly responded to this because the truth is there is no winning this conflict. And this reveals a huge break between the left and most people on the right now. The left thinks that Ukraine should outright win this war. And that is a childish and simplistic wish. The reality is Ukraine cannot defeat a nuclear superpower. And in trying to do so, it will require billions of more dollars from around the world. It will take countless lives, and it will risk a nuclear conflict that could get all of us killed. That is Bush-Cheney level insanity. The best outcome that can be hoped for is a peaceful negotiation between these two parties. So Trump is right to stay neutral here, because if you say that you want Ukraine or Russia to win, guess what? They're not going to come to the table and have that peaceful talk. But the moderator keeps pushing because for most in the media and most on the left, they don't want peaceful negotiations. Again, they want to, quote, quote, win this war. Next, she tries to push Trump into saying that Putin is a war criminal.
Do you believe that he is a war criminal?
What?
Do you believe that Putin is a war criminal? He's responsible for the deaths of thousands of Ukrainian men and women and
I think it's something that should not be discussed now. It should be discussed later, because right now we have to get a war. If you say he's a war criminal, it's going to be a lot tougher to make a deal to get this thing stopped. Because if he's going to be a war criminal where people are going to go and grab him and execute him, he's going to fight a lot harder than he's fighting, under the other circumstance. That's something to be discussed at a later date. Right now, we want to get that war settled. And I'm not talking about the money either. I'm talking about all the lives that are the number of people being killed in that war is far greater than you're hearing. When they blow up a city and those buildings come pouring down and then they say 2 people were injured, no. Hundreds and thousands of people are being killed, and we have to get that war settled.
Again, why is Trump the adult in the room on this? It's bizarre. He's 100% right. Labeling somebody as a war criminal is the military-industrial complex's excuse to come in and murder them and carry out regime change. And Putin is very well aware of that. By the way, regime change hasn't worked out so good for us. Most of the time, it has led to the rise of terrorist organizations. It has led to even worse dictators seizing control of countries. It has destabilized entire regions. It's gotten tons of people killed. It's cost billions of dollars. And it's resulted in blowback against the U.S. for our foreign policy with events like 9/11. So can we please stop? The best outcome in this conflict is a peaceful negotiation between Russia and Ukraine. And yes, that probably would involve Ukraine giving up some ground. Worth it. I really miss the anti-war left.